And we have arrived. What is happening? What is happening, people? Certainly hope you all are having a good. What is today? The 24th is Tuesday. Still getting over my cold, and I am so mad because they told me. So I do this whole thing online with the pharmacy, and I ordered a prescription. Uh, I order it, and you get the email back that it's ready. So I go up there. They told me they had it ready for me. Right? They told me they had it ready for me, and and then I get up there, and guess what? They didn't have it ready for me. So now I have to go this morning. So I'm going to go up there a little bit after 11 just to make sure. It's just they did give me like a $5 or $10 gift card in which I bought like a whole gallon of orange juice. And but good morning, good morning, good morning. So just frustrated. So that's why my voice is so raspy. I can talk a little bit, but then I'll be jumping off because I got to go get my prescription. Then hopefully, I know that we're doing 60 frames no lag tonight. I'm like 70-30 not going to make it because I may be resting my voice and I'll be watching the State of the Union and stuff like that. So that's going to be my evening as far as today. Shout out to my digital PlayStation. I've got it hooked up to my new beautiful my LG monitor. I've been playing what did I play on it yesterday? Went back. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales. So yesterday I'm replaying that on my new LG just to kind of make my adjustments and things like that. Gorgeous looking game, still looks very good. So I got it looking pretty good, pretty well done. Pretty well done. All right. So that's me in an update. Sick. Still trying to get things done. But of course, got a few things to talk about. One is something that is unfortunately real. And another one is a rumor. Now, I'll start off with the rumor. But shout out to everybody that's here now. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Donations, you don't have to donate anything to me. Grown men should not be asking other grown men for money. That's sad. Okay, but hit the like button. You want to donate a like, donate a share. That's perfectly fine. That's free. That's all you got to do. If not, then shut up and listen. Okay, so here we go. Xbox, this is a rumor. Xbox is allegedly, according to somebody named that calls himself Shinobi. And again, this is a rumor. Do not take this to the bank. I usually don't report rumors because grown-ups shouldn't talk like children. But at the end of the day, somebody sent this to me, and I said, okay, I'll mention it. So that's why it's up there in the crawl. See, it's not on the main bar. The main thing I'm going to talk about is Sarah Bond being blamed by a bunch of dumbass white boy Xbox loyalties, okay? But again, allegedly, according to Shinobi, they're being sunsetted. So I don't know. So sunsetting means if a product is sunsetted, it generally is business speak for it's going away. And again, if you're going to say that everything is an Xbox, then there's no reason to have the hardware because you can just play their games anywhere that they have. I mean, they could probably play them on a smart. I saw a TV at Best Buy that if you touch the refrigerator, this is how lazy these people are. If it touched their refrigerator, if you touch the refrigerator, you can see inside. It's transparent glass. It's like, why do I have to? And it tells you what's in. You have another refrigerator that tells you what's in it. Like, and then they say, well, people are too busy. You're too busy to open up the refrigerator door. You don't know what's in your refrigerator. This is like I said, generation dumb. This has got a whole dumb generation of people. So, so allegedly, Xbox being sunsetted is now in the wind or in the woods, so to speak. It's being reported by Shinobi. It's being picked up by other people and all that kind of stuff. Now, my understanding of it, let me tell you what I was told, which was very simply their next iteration of hardware is in jeopardy. I'm gonna make this clear. In jeopardy. Not not canceled. I was told by two people I trust that it's in jeopardy. They do not know if they're going to do it or not. Doesn't mean they're not going to do it. Just means that they are they're going to think about it. That's the best way to put it. So is it going to come out? Is it not going to come out? I do not know. So I do not know. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So I certainly hope it comes out for certain people's sakes, because there are a lot of people going effing crazy over this. I can still remember a time when there was no Xbox, and that's how old I am. There was no Xbox. There was nothing like it. You had gaming on PC, which we had floppy disk, and then we went to like a hard disk. Then we had Nintendo, we had Sega, and we had Neo Geo. We had stuff like that. So, and we had the arcade. I mean, we went to the arcade. Our parents dropped us off at the arcades, gave us $10 or gave us a $20 bill and said, here, go ahead and get your quarters, So that's what we had. So I can fathom a world where there is no more Xboxes, because I grew up in a world where there was no Xbox. However, there's a lot of people that have never seen that. They have never seen that there is being in a world where they don't have Xboxes, and that's going to be an adjustment if it does sunset. Don't put words in my mouth. I am not saying it is going to sunset. I'm saying that two people I trust told me that it's in jeopardy, but that doesn't mean they're not going to make it. I want to make that clear. So we'll have to just wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly what this young lady does. I have coined the phrase, don't squeeze the Sharma. I know that's an already phrase, but it's don't squeeze the charm in. But I say don't squeeze the Sharma. This young lady needs to have an opportunity to try to do whatever Satya Nadella, who is her boss, wants her to do. And whatever he wants her to do, that's what we're going to find out over the next 6 to 10 months. That's what we will find out. So, as far as she is concerned, good luck to her. There's a lot of people screaming that, Xbox is woke now and all that stuff. But I don't know if people don't know this or not. But let's see if I can pull this up here. I don't know if I can do it or not from the file. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go to the drop-down file. Let me go here. Okay, let me go right here. Okay. Let me blow that up. Let me come over here again. I'm going to see if this actually works. That. Oh, here we go. There you go. And remember I told you all, the whole industry was going woke. And as you can see, there is your leadership at all three companies. The whole industry has gone woke. There's a bunch of women in charge. So now all three of these women give they're all smiling, but they give me different, as you kids would say, vibes. So the one under the PlayStation sign, she looks like she may go ahead and she's looking at you like, whatever, that's the way she's looking at you. Like, whatever, the Nintendo one, that looks like a serial mom. Like, that's the woman that she looks like the Kathy Bates character in the movie Misery. And the Xbox young lady, this looks like it has that very devious looking smile. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. But again, what do you all think? This is full woke right here. This is about that. I told you all once again. I was right again. Like, I'm always right. That's it. The industry is woke, and these guys are going crazy. Like, they are losing their damn minds. I mean, I don't play on the Nintendo system, so not yet. I do want to get a Switch so I can play Donkey Kong. But I don't play. So what they do at Nintendo, I kind of watch from a distance, but I'm not in their ecosystem, so I'm not going to comment on it. With Xbox, again, I haven't had an Xbox for over a year. I had one for 6 months. I did what I did on it. I thought it was a good console if you want to go back and play old games. But I had a PC, I can do that already. Nothing wrong with the Xbox. Very good platform if you want to go back and play old games. And then you get, um, you do get uh, some upgrades. You do with the Series X. I had the Series X, and as you all know, I was in the business there. I was looking at the One S when they said it was going to be a 1440p 60 FPS machine, but then NX Gamer told the story before. NX Gamer kind of did a guerrilla build of a Series S, and his Series S could not do 1440p 60. He was doing 1440p 30, but he was getting 1080p 60 with no problem. So I'm like, but then you think about it. What do most PC gamers play at? 1080p. That's where the vast majority of them are playing at. Like I said, don't get caught up in the whole we're all playing at 4K 60 or whatever. Most of them are not playing at that rate. So, all right then. So we will go. Let's take this on down. But I just wanted you all to see that because to me it's funny as hell that I told you all that the industry was going to be woke, full woke. I told you that months ago, and here we are. The wokeness has taken over. I'm not taking no for an answer. Just go ahead and get it ready. Go ahead and get it ready. Funny as hell. So, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. So, but the main subject I want to talk about here is I don't like what I'm seeing with what's going on with the Xbox community with Sarah Bond. There was a growing joke. Now, this is going to break into talks of racism and things like that. So I get it if that makes you uncomfortable. It's okay for you not to listen to this podcast. I did come back for the next one. This podcast. I don't want y'all to think I'm going to keep diving into this. It's just my observational opinion of things. So you're more than welcome to disagree. It's a free country. Go ahead and clip any part of the video you want to. I have no issue with that. I have no issue with anybody clipping anything. I stand by what I say. I'm not going to say I said what I said. I stand by what I say. When I say something, I mean it. So, but it is okay. So with that said, I wanted to forewarn you, the audience, on what I'm going to be talking about because I want to give you all a fair chance to say, well, maybe this podcast isn't for me. I'll come back to the next one. God knows when I'll be able to do one because I'm not feeling well, right? So here we go. I do not like what I'm seeing with Sarah Bond being scapegoated. This girl is being scapegoated, and it's not fair. There's this whole thing. I don't know if you all noticed, but black women have lost over 100, not 100. I'm sorry, over close to or right at 1 million jobs. And for them to do what they did to her during Black History Month is awful. Now, I want to make this clear. She did not get fired. She resigned. But she resigned because she did not get the position that she had been groomed. Phil was grooming her to take over his position. But Phil is the one that people are really starting to report got fired. So Sarah Bond's not there, and she is being scapegoated. And I don't like what I'm seeing at all. And what it did do is you had a lot of people saying that there's an underlying current of white nationalism within the Xbox community. It's the American company, and you need to cheer for the American company, which I was around when Xbox was getting going with MS-DOS, so I've done nothing but cheer for that company. I remember how fast they grew in the 80s. Bill Gates retiring at 29 years old, unheard of. The amount of money that they were making in the 80s. They were millionaires on top of millionaires on top of millionaires. So, but this is a bad bad break for them. And What it did do is it confirmed a lot of the underlying suspicion of a lot, not all of them, but there's a segment of them that are on some bullshit, and this proves it. It also proved what I said before. Like I said, I'm right all the time. I've also said before that these guys do not like the exclusivity, the lack of exclusivity. I'm sorry, that Microsoft is offering them. They're just simply saying that it's okay because they don't want. The bigger problem for them is Xbox going away. That story, that rumor that's out from Shinobi about them sunsetting the Xbox, these guys are going to probably have diarrhea. Okay, they're going to get diarrhea and get sick because of that being a rumor. And it's just a rumor, but they're going to get sick because their giant fear is that they're going to shut Xbox down, which according to that from Shinobi, that's what they're doing, right? But I don't like what they're doing. What happened at Xbox wasn't Sarah Bond's fault. What happened at Xbox is when people asked them, hey, the 360 was successful, the next Xbox make the 360 on steroids. That's not what they did. We talked about this the other podcast. Remember, these guys do not like, again, I said this to you all months ago, they don't like the lack of exclusivity. They're just saying it because they don't want Xbox to go away. They don't want Xbox to go away. So if they have to put games on all platforms so that they could keep their Game Pass because they're broke, like I said, they're broke. So they're looking at it, like, well, we don't care if we have to pay this per month for Game Pass. Just don't take this away from us. That's why you get the stories from people. My grandmother bought me an Xbox. My brother bought me an Xbox. And these people, they identify with the platform, right? There are people in the PlayStation community do it as well. But they socially ID themselves with this platform. And the platform possibly going away, it's like taking a part of themselves away. It's not. It's just a piece of metal and plastic and gears and all these kind of things that it's made out of, right? So what they're upset about is they don't like the exclusive being on all platforms. They don't like it. We've now seen it. We got it in writing. We do not have to speculate anymore. Remember I told you guys, hey, look, these guys really don't like this. They hate the fact that Microsoft is putting their exclusives, their game, and then the big ones, Halo, Gears, and Forza. See, that's going to happen this year, 2026. So you all are living in a time where you will be able to play Halo, Gears, and Forza. Now, it may not be the new Gears game. It may be the old one that they put on there. But you can play Gears. You can already play Forza. So now you get the third card, Halo. So you play Gears. You can play Forza. Yeah, but then you get this one. That is their identity. Halo, Master Chief is identified with them. Hell, you have Fable coming as well. So, and they don't like it. Like, they do not like it. They could have lived with Hellblade because they would say, well, Hellblade 1, I guess you want to call it, the first Hellblade is on PlayStation. So they could have lived with that. The Microsoft Flight Sim game, that's actually a PC game that's been ported to platform. They could survive that. Okay, they can survive. Okay, they've gone ahead and they put this game on PlayStation. It's a PC game that is made by a studio that Microsoft blah, blah, blah. It's called Microsoft Flight Sim. Okay, they don't like that, but they can live with it. But Halo, Gears, Forza, and now Fable, OMG. Okay, OMG. But my whole thing is that they're blaming Sarah Bond for it. And this is not Sarah's idea. Sarah's got a boss. Right? She was reporting to Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer was reporting to Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella went on multiple business podcasts from Fox Business to CNBC and talked about how, he thought exclusives were bad. Sarah Bond said she thought exclusives were antiquated, that people are moving away from it. But Sarah doesn't say that unless she gets the okay from Phil, who got the okay from Satya. She's just, and as I said to you all before, I'm tired of being right. I said to you all before, Phil was no longer really in charge. Sarah was in charge. They were following what Sarah and Satya wanted. And, you know, Satya backed Sarah 100%, I guess, except he went into the AI realm. You know, they went out, got all that capital investment. Microsoft invested all this money into AI, which is perfectly fine. It's their money. They can do what they want. And that did upset some people, but Microsoft does not care. They're not about securing the future for the next 5 years. They're trying to secure the future for the next 50 years. So they don't care. I mean, I just don't, I don't know why people get upset when a for-profit company turns investments into different opportunities. So, but this is not Sarah's fault. This is the fault of nobody. This literally comes down to Microsoft making a product to be consumed, and people went out and bought it, but not enough people went out and supported it. That's all there is to it. So that's what happens in a capitalistic society. Somebody makes something, it's either a high demand, a medium demand, a low demand, or no demand. So go back to the George Foreman grill. Rest in peace to George Foreman. When the George Foreman grill, I'm putting that in air quotes, was out for like 8 to 10 months. And then George Foreman put his name on it, went on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, rest in peace to Johnny Carson, showed off the George Foreman grill, and went ahead and everybody went crazy for it. Like the very next day, the thing is selling out. And I just remember the people working at those stores were like, this thing's been sitting here for months. Nobody was buying it, So, and then it became the rage. It was selling out, right? So that's a product in high demand. Microsoft made a product that people didn't make a high demand for, and it costs more to keep it on the shelves than to not make it anymore. So what do? They assess their situation and they say, okay, we're not making enough money off of this ecosystem. This is Satya Nadella talking. We're not making enough money off of this thing. I want to see what it'll be like. He goes to Phil. You find 4 games, 4 or more, or 4 minimum to put on PlayStation. Let's see how they sell. Then the fake Nate or the great Nate, whatever his name is, okay, shout out to him. He reports it and people start going crazy. That's when Phil, then guys like Paris Lilly, shout out to Paris. He starts talking about it, basically saying that they need to come out and explain to the audience exactly what they're doing because there's consternation. People are getting upset. What exactly are they doing? And then that's when we get the whole thing where the 4 games are coming and things like that, which leads to Porter Rock 77 telling you the whole slate's coming, And now we got songs. Shout out to Mr. No Cap. Got a song called The Whole Slate's Coming. Shout out to him. And now the whole slate is coming. Now, the whole slate coming is Satya's idea. He's in charge of Microsoft, not Sarah Bond. She's an employee. Her checks don't have her name on it. It's got Satya's name on it. So Sarah Bond being blamed is not sitting well with me. And I don't have their product. So I'm not here to defend her because I don't have the product. I am here to say that she's getting blamed unfairly by the Xbox community. Not all of them. There's a certain segment within that community that does identify as white nationalists. Meaning, I want to make this clear, nationalists meaning, USA all the way, USA. Okay? And again, the way you go about that, you need to be careful. And these guys aren't doing that. They are just blaming. And to top it off, they blaming her for the lack of exclusivity, and it's not her fault. She's doing what her boss told her to do. And what did her boss do? When he said we're going into AI, he got somebody in charge at Microsoft and put at Xbox and said, hey, it's got to have something to do with AI, guys. What is it called? Copilot? Is that the name of I can't remember the name of because I know Gemini is one. I don't know. Is it Copilot? Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on. I'll just ask my round assistant here, Alexa, is Copilot an AI program for Microsoft?
Yes, Copilot is an AI program developed by Microsoft. It's a generative AI chatbot that helps with tasks, provides information, and offers assistance across various Microsoft products. Would you like to know more about what Copilot can do?
No, no. Thank you very much. Okay.
You're
So,
welcome, Craig.
so
Have a great day.
yes. So verified by my lovely little gray ball, Alexa, that they just hooked the brother up. So that's what they're going into. That's Microsoft's future is AI. That's what they're doing. NVIDIA's doing it. AMD is doing it. Oracle's doing it. All these big tech companies are then don't put like a trillions of dollars into it. They're talking about AI going to be able to do like 40% of the jobs out here. So, but that's not Sarah's fault that, they moved away from this. You can see them doing this when they were talking about the cloud and all that stuff. So, because again, the Xbox community, these guys don't want Xbox to go away. They're going to champion anything Xbox says. Oh, this is the future. Oh, Sony's got to do the same thing. Oh, well, look at it. Look at this. There are no more. I mean, we can go on and on and on. There are no more exclusives. And now you're seeing actual people email or send Sharma, don't squeeze the Sharma, messages saying that, we want exclusivity back. We don't care if it's just time. It's not fair. We have Xboxes. We supported you. And therefore, because we supported you, you should go ahead and acquiesce to what we want you to do. That is entitlement on steroids. The for-profit company's job is to make profits, not give a damn about what you think. So I love when people believe that what they actually are contributing means something and they're not shareholders. The same, so with the Xbox community, it comes down to, hey, look, you guys, it just comes down to you guys did not buy what we were cooking. And you all didn't support us in bulk that we needed. So now we are possibly shuttering everything. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But, I hate to see it happen. I could see it happening, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I got my fingers crossed. I don't want to wake up and see that either. But it wouldn't shock me that it did happen because there's not enough broad support for them to do what they do. But they have a future investment in AI, so there's going to be enough money there. So there's going to be some type of AI incorporation into the next system. We'll have so now what this happened? Okay, so finally that module I was trying to get to work yesterday, it says it's loaded. I need to see if it actually did load. If not, I got a major problem with this with this application. So let's give me a second here. Also, the download file size for Resident Evil is out. Let me show that to you. For the people that are going to play it, you got to remember, not everybody's going to buy this game, and that's perfectly fine. So it is for PlayStation, it is 72.88 gigabytes. For Xbox Series, it is 68.77 gigabytes. For the Nintendo Switch 2, it's 29, and for PC, it is 70. So roughly the PC and the PlayStation are around. They're all around the same, except for Nintendo. And I need to see if this actually did load. Hold on. All right, says it's loaded. All right, so that's what I'm gonna be doing next. Before I go get my there we go. All right, so those are the file sizes. So I guess you better get it ready. If you go ahead and you're going to buy this game or purchase this IP, remember I'm doing a giveaway next month. I want to make that clear. Next month I will give this away to one of the members. Shout out to the members. How that'll work is I can either buy the game or I can send you I don't know. It's going to be the winner. It will be the standard version. I'm not going to buy you the the whatever deluxe version. You can go ahead and upgrade that for $10 yourself. But I am going to be sending out, if you are a member, you will win a copy of this. This will work two ways. I can either send you a code for the amount of money it would cost to get it, or I will go ahead and I can send you the box. So whichever one works for you, you get it done. Ice Queen Gaming won the last code last month. So she won in December. She got her code in January. Whoever wins, and that drawing will be in March. I'll send it out to you in late March, maybe early April, because I'm going to be moving. So we'll have to wait and see how that all works out. But you will win it. You don't have to buy it unless you want, which is totally understandable. I totally get it. So Resident Evil 9 is allegedly supposed to set up the play. Is that the classic horror, running around, the claustrophobia type of horror survival they do. That will be with the young lady. I think her name is Grace. And then Leon, and one of these has a husband. So then Leon Kennedy, that strong white Christian man, Leon Kennedy is part of the story as well. Now, I don't know why Leon is so popular. Can somebody explain to me why Leon is so popular? And Chris Redfield? Or Chris Redder, whatever his name is, Redfield, why he's not as popular as Leon. Like, what did Chris piss somebody off? I mean, I don't know. So, but back to Sarah Bond. So she's being blamed for the direction of what happened, and it confirmed a lot of things for a lot of gamers, especially a lot of African American gamers, which is there's a sense of a tint of racism within the Xbox community. And if you want to call it xenophobia, you want to, whatever, it's not all of them. I'm not going to blame all of them. There's just a segment of them that are prejudiced. I mean, it's just no other way to put it. I mean, because she did the job they hired her to do. She did the job they asked her to do. Now, it wasn't widely accepted because of the brand identification, but they went away from that. Starting in like 2016, 17, she wasn't in charge. She may have been on staff there, but she was not in charge. So, I mean, she's going to be fine. She's on the board of directors, I think, or she's part of Tyson Chicken for now. I forgot she's on the board or part of the board or something like that. So she's fine. But, I am not here to keep talking. I want to see what you all are saying. So let me come over here and say what up to everybody. At Pedro Martinez says, we all knew she was going to be a scapegoat. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it sucks that it happened, though. We don't want it to happen. We don't want that to happen. But again, we were just, amongst ourselves as black people, we were like, if things go left, they're going to blame her. And that's exactly what they're doing. I don't like being right about that, but I was right about it. Destiny says, good morning. Well, hello, brother. How you doing? Mass producers, they putting mud on my baby name. Yeah, I know. Again, it's not her fault that this is the direction that they went. Her job was to guide them in that direction. And that's coming from her boss, Phil. It's coming from Phil's boss, Satya. I don't get it. Mr. D Cash says, good morning. What up? Good morning. Phil Botch says, oh shit, I made it on time. Salute everybody. Yeah, I normally just do this early, especially today because I'm not feeling too hot. I have to go get my Metasci. So your advice for Asha is to get it ready. There you go. Yeah. I mean, that's advice for everybody. You better make sure you have it ready. So Destiny is saying that Microsoft is done with Xbox hardware. It's a thorn in their side. They just want to sell software. Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. Now, will she walk anything back? I guess we're going to find out over the next 6 months. We're going to know in the first 90 days. But over 6 months, you will at least get a sense of what they're doing. So, let's see here. What are they saying? That's what they're saying. They're also there to take the blame as not to tarnish the company as a whole. You mean management? I mean, yeah, but if you make something and people don't buy it, is it whose fault is that? it didn't sell well. It didn't get mass consumed. It's like, okay, well, Microsoft doesn't mind that for a little bit, but as the subsidies and stuff started running out, they don't want to keep doing that anymore. That's any for-profit company is not going to do that. Like they are responsible. Their shareholders have to have it. So you saw, yeah, that's what these large corporations do. Yeah, the East 100 said he saw an Xbox fan say they're surprised PS gamers are defending Sarah Bond. PlayStation PS gamers are the least toxic, and we support all cultures and colors. Well, yeah, I mean, people are because everybody knows it's not her fault. It is not her fault. She did that they made a product that did not get mass. It got mass produced, but not mass consumed. That's the best way to put it. It's like the idiots blaming Herman Holtz over Blue Point. Well, Herman Holtz may have co-signed bringing Blue Point in, but it's Blue Point's job to make a product for Sony. And it can't just be, well, they said this and Sony should have greenlit it. No, it's not the way that works. Like I said, there's a lot of butthurt people because, number one, they thought Blue Point was going to make this trash-ass game called Bloodborne. And yes, my opinion, Bloodborne is trash, okay? I played it for like 20 minutes. I'm like, this is trash. I mean, what am I doing here? Couldn't even tell me why it's called Bloodborne. But they were telling their audiences that they were going to remake Bloodborne, and their audiences were all excited. And now all of a sudden they shut the sale door, and it's like, you sure are a pretty hot yellow man. And now they have to deal with the fact that it ain't happening. It's not happening. They are not going to remaking Bloodborne with Blue Point Games. Maybe somebody else makes it. I don't know why they wouldn't want From Software because didn't they create the game? I mean, whoever made the game, let them redo the game. The same group of people that are telling you Sony needs to have new IP. It's like, we want Sony to have new IP, but if it's something that we want them to remaster, then they better do it because that's what we want. And again, nobody cares about what you want. You're not a shareholder. You're part of their consumer chain. And if you don't like what they're doing, go ahead and go elsewhere. It's just not that difficult. I think most grown-ass men and women, that's what we do every day, right? So El Nini is in the house. Says I'm a Halo bro, so as long as I can get my Halo, I couldn't care less about anything else they do. So you just want them to make Halo. Okay, so that's fine. That's fair. That is fair. That's what you consume, and that's fair. Bender of Strings. No matter where you game, wrong is wrong. Sarah very well may have done a good job, but to lay the blame. I agree, Bender of Strings. I'm not. That's the whole point. Is that it's not. I'm not saying that she's not somewhat at fault. She's not totally exonerated. Excuse me, but she's not totally exonerated. But it's not all her fault because she has a boss and her boss has a boss, and they were doing what the boss wanted. Okay, what you gonna do? Get mad at her because she's doing what you all tell her. You drop this at her foot, and you say, okay, her background is in mobile, so let's concentrate on mobile things, and that's what they started doing. And I'm not here to say it passed or failed because I'm not in their ecosystem, so I'm not going to pay a whole lot of attention to what they're doing unless it comes across in big old bright letters. I'm like, oh, okay, well, now you get this. And it makes sense to do things mobile because mobile gaming is huge. I mean, there's, like I said, my girlfriend is in the bed right now playing something called Candy Crush. Again, I don't play those games, but she is playing Candy Crush right now. 9 o'clock in the morning, and she's up in bed playing Candy Crush. So that's what she does. She plays like Candy Crush and The Sims, and that's what she does. And I don't criticize her for that. Just saying, that's just an observation. She watched me play Madden yesterday. I barely won. I beat the Ravens in overtime. I could not stop the fourth quarter. I sit up there. I bottle up King Henry the entire game. Then the last drive, the man was getting loose on me, and I could not stop him. And I used the Bengals, by the way. And I did a great job on him. Lamar Jackson had longest run against me was about 30 yards, which he that was my fault because I rushed to the outside. He cut up underneath me, and I lost contain. But I sacked him. We sacked Lamar Jackson 5 times. So, and that's one of the hardest people to get on the ground in that game. It's been for the last 3 years for me with my personnel. And but like I said, last drive, my gosh, they were just taking it to me. We go to overtime because I had the lead, and I won the game in overtime. They went down, they kicked they scored a touchdown in overtime. Yeah, they went right downfield and scored on me again. And then we win it because I'm using Joe Burrow. I got T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and those guys. I go downfield, I get my touchdown, and then I go for two. And I of course, who did I throw the ball to? Jamar Chase, right? Basically, he ran a not a square out, but he ran a Z out, and for some reason I thought he was not going to get this ball because they had help to the inside. So the Z out, it makes like this. Imagine the letter Z being on a flat surface, and so the guy runs out, goes to the right, and it breaks back outside immediately. And for some reason, the cornerback went for the inside move, and he shouldn't have because he had help over the top with the safety. He had over the top help inside, and he had underneath coverage with the linebacker, but he didn't cover correctly, and I beat him on that coverage. And again, he played Chase well the entire game. But on that play, that moment in time, he got smoked. I smoked him. So I ended up winning 32-31. But anyway, different story. But yeah, back to what you all are saying. So let's see here. Sony should close Bungie and bring back Blue Point. Nope. No, they should not. I'm gonna pull up Sony's financials and for anybody out there who keeps saying that they're going in the wrong direction and all that kind of stuff. We're actually going to look at their numbers. I've always said, I don't care about your feelings. F your feelings. Here are the numbers, and we're going to pull those numbers up. It's in the description, but I should be able to pull these numbers up on the screen. But it's in the description for anybody who wants to read. So, because the facts are facts, and bullshit runs a marathon, right? So, let's see here. El Nini says he's ready. He's ready for him then. All right. Any update on Sony's takeover of Kodakawa? They were never taking over Kodakawa. Okay. They have controlling shares. Okay. They control the shares. So they're the biggest shareholder, I believe. So there's no reason to take physical ownership when you control the board of directors. Okay. So, and they're getting out of it. Apparently what they want, which is they want the anime that from some, I guess they produce their own anime stuff. They produce comics, and they're going to try to publish the games. But they were never going to buy them outright. They just made a capital investment. You got to understand, Sony's entire group has changed. They are no longer interested in Europe per se. It's not top on their list because they've already conquered Europe. They're not interested as much as in the United States because they've conquered the United States. They've pushed Microsoft out of the console market, which is what they wanted. So now they're concentrating, we talked about this, on the East. And they're concentrating on China and India in the East. And then they're concentrating now in Africa as well. With, they have China Hero, they have Indian Hero, and they have African Hero projects. So those are actual investments into the studios in those regions. One reason Sony's not going to stop putting games on PC, and I think King Thrash mentioned this, is because Steam is available in China. Let me look that up because I could have misheard him and I don't want to misquote him. So is Steam available in China? Steam is available in China. Okay, so but Sony, I don't think Sony has any PlayStations in China. I think they have. It's like something going on with the Japanese government, the Chinese government. But let me pull that up here. Can PlayStation in China. I'm just seeing if we can. Oh, you can. Okay. It says, however, you can buy one there, but you can't. But if you are importing one, you're required to declare it at customs, and then you got to pay a tax. Additionally, availability and pricing can vary significantly depending on whether you purchase from official retailers or the gray market. Oh my God, what the hell's the gray market? the hell we doing over here? So you can see why they put their games on Steam so that they have access to them. Chinese market. What is the major thing? Apparently, more people have PCs and laptops in China, so you want to go to where they are and give them that opportunity to buy. So that's this. It is what it is. It is what it is. So Sony's not going to stop putting games on PC. What we're going to find out more in April, because Sony is going to have their yearly meeting, whatever it's called. Either April or May they have it. So we're going to find out here soon what exactly Sony is going to do. But yeah, Blue Point did not deliver for Sony, so they can go kick rocks, and I don't care who you are, just because you're in the building. And I said this to someone last night, and I'll use a baseball term because we're about to hit baseball season. The New York Yankees, the Chicago Cubs, the Houston Astros, the Boston Red Sox, and the Los Angeles Dodgers will pay a king's ransom for you to hit, field, and strike people out. That's it. If you don't perform, they're gonna get rid of your ass, and that's what happened with Blue Point Games. Again, it doesn't mean that Blue Point's not talented. Obviously, they are, and the reason why I don't really talk about it is because Sony has to make an official statement. Their official statement is out now. Shout out to Detective Seeds. I know what he is doing, and a lot of the stuff that he said, I did mention before I even knew it had happened, before his statements came out. But at the end of the day, I will wait for something more official from Sony before really commenting on it. But as I said before, you got a bunch of butthurt people that told their little fan base they have online that they need that, Blue Point is going to be remaking games. And these are the same people getting upset that Sony didn't have any new games. And Sony bought Blue Point not to remake old games, but to do new games. So, and they didn't do it for whatever reason, they weren't able to pitch one that got Sony's attention, and now they're gone. Like I said, like the Hall & Oates song, "She's gone, oh I." That's what happens when you don't perform. So let's see here. Females love Leon. Okay. You heard many things about Sarah Bond. Never know what's true these days. Well, I mean, what's true is that she resigned because she didn't get the job that she was shooting for. She was shooting for Phil's job, and when Phil resigned, and again, Phil was fired. Okay, there was no like Jez with Grind My Gears was saying yesterday. There was no ticker tape parade. There was no him going to all the studios taking pictures and all that kind of stuff like Jim Ryan did. Jim Ryan says, "I'm retiring." Then he goes around. He does the world tour. He goes to all the studios, take pictures. They break bread, they drink with him. And then he rides off into the sunset. Jim Ryan took over the PlayStation product during a pandemic. He had to launch at the absolute worst time to launch a mass product, and they're sitting at 90 million consoles sold. So they obviously are doing it right. So anybody that tells you that they're doing it wrong, we're gonna look at the numbers and we're gonna end it on that. Let's see here. El Nini. Oh, what's up, Lady Gamer? How are you feeling? Chris Cobra says he don't know these people, so it's whatever. Yeah, there you go. Lady Gamer says, what up? Hey, how you doing? El Nini says, I was playing on Xbox Live, Halo 2, ranked 50 lobbies in 2005. I can confirm that platform. Yeah, let me make this. I think all platformers probably do. But and it's not everybody. Let's make that clear. It is not everybody. And it's probably a real small percentage. So you see what I'm saying? But yeah, it just the way she's being these hit pieces that were the hit piece I read in The Verge, I thought that was very unfair considering what what she had to work with. You know, it's like putting a quarterback in the game. The offensive line is terrible. I mean, they didn't expect him to throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns or something like that. So that's not the way, Sloy. It ain't the way it's going to do it. So let's see here. Chris Colbert says that he doesn't. I don't understand why they put a person from AI in charge of Xbox. Well, I mean, King Thrash. Shout out to King Thrash. He's got a couple videos on what he believes is going on. And remember, I endorsed King Thrash because he's got a good business mind. I like listening to Thrash because of his business acclimate, the way he sees things. He's a businessman. I like that. So I would just recommend you listen to him on it. But remember, just simply remember, we were talking about earlier, is that Microsoft they invested heavily into AI, like billions of dollars. So just you have to remember that. They invested a lot of money. So all the products that they, more than likely, okay, this is just me guessing, okay? More than likely the products that they are going to come out with, they wanted to have some type of AI derivative. So that's my best guess, but shout out to King Thrash. He did a real good video on it yesterday. I think he did 2 of them. Go make sure you check that out. I should have left a link in the description. I forgot, but just, you pull it up and she believes, like, she looks at AI as like a living organism and stuff like that. It's just, you just have to listen to her. I mean, it's not like she's a bad person, but they don't like, again, they think the Xbox community, there are people within that community who want Xbox to be the gaming powerhouse that it was on the 360. If you played on the 360 and you played on the OG Xbox, what Xbox has offered has been disappointing. Hasn't been horrible, but it's been disappointing. So a lot of them, they went out and they bought games. You got guys like Crap Gamer out there who has said publicly he has over, 1,500 games or something like that. He's got a lot of games. And so, he's got a lot of games, and he doesn't want that stuff. They don't want it to go away. I mean, that's all. They'd rather them go. They don't like the fact that they went multi-plat, but they don't have the balls to walk away. There's a lot of people like that. But instead of, and a lot of them did walk away and got PCs, but there's a whole lot that didn't, and they still believe Microsoft should make the Xbox the centerpiece, and based on what Microsoft is doing, I don't see them doing that, but that could change. Don't squeeze the Sharma. She could go up there and flip a script, as my generation would say. But that's what I'm saying. We'll know what she's doing over what she's going to probably do in the next 90 days. She's the new CEO. She will kind of get her feet in the door this week. It'll probably take her a week to do that. And then next week, she will start implementing things. Because again, they have a short-term, medium-term, and long-term plan. Then eventually, she will let the public know, because they're a publicly shared company. So she's got to let the public know, they're publicly traded, on what their plan is, because that will affect their stock prices. So it is what it is, right? So, you don't understand the backlash to Sony cutting Bluepoint, Chris Colbert. My opinion is that you got a bunch of butthurt people because they're upset that Bluepoint was supposed to be remaking Bloodborne. And again, they're not going to do it. I mean, Bloodborne's trash. I mean, why would they? So, I mean, it's just like, and then they did pitch a game that another studio had already pitched to Sony and greenlit. So they said, well, if Detective Seeds is correct, let's take that he is, for me to continue this conversation. If Detective Seeds is correct, then they went ahead and they pitched the game that another studio is making. Now, for all we know, that could be Bloodborne, but they want these guys thought, and they sold their audiences. They bought Bluepoint to remake old games, because what have you been hearing them say? They could have remade Killzone. They could have remade Resistance. But why not? Didn't Insomniac make Resistance? So why not have Insomniac redo it? I mean, it makes no sense. You know, after they do Wolverine, and you know, they can break off some of that studio that to do another Rat. There's people wanting Insomniac to do a Ratchet and Clank game. You know, Ratchet and Clank, I guess, is what they were known for, and now they're known for Spider-Man. You know, so fine for. I mean, it's not bad, but you know, just ask yourself that they already have studios in house that can do these things. He brought up other studios that could be cut. And guess what? If these studios are not producing, they should be cut. So yeah, I agree. I don't know why there's backlash. My personal take is that they're butthurt. You know, they're butthurt that, you know, I'm not going to be able to get what I want because they're butthurt. They're entitled. They think they have a say. And it's just like, no, you don't have a say. You're not a shareholder. The ones who have a say, the Japanese shareholders have more say in their Japanese company than your sorry white or black ass in the United States of America. So do everybody a favor. If you don't like what they're doing, step. Okay? You don't like what they're doing. Again, if you don't like the food at the party, go elsewhere. You don't like the music, go elsewhere. Step. Okay? It's that simple. Let's see here. Any update on PSSR2? No, that'll probably come from Mark Cerny. So that will come from Cerny. You just have to keep watching. So, you know, it is what it is. Did I hear Vince McMahon crash his car driving 100 miles per hour? Really? I mean, I hope he's okay. Shout out to Vince McMahon. So, Lady Gamer says she's okay. Still seeing doctor every month for your mental health checkup, plus still on meds. Yeah, I mean, the job that I took, I do advocate for mental health, and that is more important to me than getting trophies. So for anybody that cares, I'd rather see a man or a woman be successful in life than get a trophy that doesn't matter. Your life, actually, what you're doing does matter. Are you sitting down saying you've got a bunch of trophies? Nah, probably not a big deal, not a flex. But Don, certainly hope you're doing better. And that goes for everybody. Make sure you take care of yourself mentally and physically. It's a lot going on out there. The Bengals. Yeah, I use the Bengals. Yeah. But hey, guess what? I am 10-0-1. I got tied by Minnesota. Like, I could not believe how bad my defense got shredded by their quarterback. Like, I could not stop them. It was so bad. But I'm 10-0. And Madden is fun. And you never finish Madden. Like, you get, because it's got like, when you do franchise mode, it's got 30, it used to have 30 seasons. So I have to play 30 seasons to complete one run on Madden. 30 seasons. So it's crazy out here. It's nuts. So, oh man. Chris Colbert, you've never been on board the AI. That's fine. So, So, King Thash's video, Lady Gamer 1980. Shout out to her. She left a link so you all can go check it out yourselves. He really good videos he did yesterday. So let's go check that out. So, Tim Dog saw the ship. Now this is from Famous Scott. Tim Dog saw the ship about to crash and jumped. Yeah, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people jumped. So, including Tim Dog, and that's fine. See what I'm saying? So Tim Dog sees the product that he enjoys going in a direction that he doesn't like. He jumped ship. Now he complained about it for one day, right? Remember he did that whole X, whatever that thing is called, when you talk to people, the X space or whatever they're calling it. He did an X space for what, like 5 hours? And he complained about it for one day. That's what a grown man does. But he saw something or he heard something that he did not like, and he stepped away. Shout out to Tim Dog for being a grown-ass man. So, that's anybody. I mean, there are a lot of people that went out and bought, they got out of that ecosystem. So I'll just get a PC and I'll buy their games off of Steam or Epic or whatever. So, Alini says Trump issued an executive order to disclose all info in regards to UFO. Yeah, so we'll have to see where that leads. it's good. I never thought that, now we don't know when they're going to do it, but ultimately they have to. I think Pete Hegseth was saying that they're going to declassify anything that doesn't go with national security, but I don't know. That's going to be almost everything, right? So, and ultimately Jeremy Corbell, shout out to him. He was on Pierce Morgan's show, and he said maybe the reason why they have not disclosed it is because they truly don't understand what it is. And like, how do you disclose something that you don't even understand? So, the lady that took over, Chris Colberson, the lady that's taking over Xbox, her name sounds like an AI created character.
CEO demotes Hiroki and Herman somehow.
So, okay, thank you. Oh, shout out to Brialos for the $2 holler. I appreciate you, Brialos. Hope new CEOs demotes. Okay, I don't think that's going to happen because they don't oversee SIE. I don't think, but we'll see. Why do you want them demoted? Let's see here. The Bloodborne was a pretty good game. Fair enough. I mean, I didn't like it, so I didn't play it. I tried to play it twice, and like the first time I thought, okay, I don't like this, but maybe I'm playing it wrong. So, and everybody was like, oh, it's a really good game. So I went back and tried it again. I'm like, man, this game is trash. Like, what do you do in this game? So, let's see here. Fahim Scott says he shouldn't be driving a Lamborghini or a sports car at 80. Hey, 80 years old, you can do whatever you want. You've earned that. So, but I understand what you're saying. Say Hiroki got demoted already? Okay. Wow, didn't know that. Chris Coben says Phil is retiring. Well, he's retired. I mean, it's done. His retirement was effective immediately on Friday. Like, he literally just walked in and walked out. So, but he's still in the background, still getting. But yeah, I mean, again, it's they gave them little transitional roles. So, yeah, marathon, get ready. And the poll is up there, which is simply, are you going to try to marathon on the beta test this upcoming week? It's a yes or no question. I have to work Thursday. I think I'm off Friday, so maybe Friday I will be getting it. Maybe. I mean, because I have to work the weekend, so I will be able to squeeze in maybe an hour. So if anybody wants to play it, just send me an invite. Saturday after 9 p.m. Well, Saturday it can't. Sunday. Is it Sunday? Hold on. Let me look here. Yeah, Sunday. Send me an invite Sunday night about 9 o'clock, and I can play for a couple hours. So, but let me know. Appreciate that. So, let's see here. Trophies, yeah. Beam Scott says, I'm so hyped for 007. Yeah, looks fun. So, oh, El Nini, you're brown. Okay, shoot, cool. Never said you weren't brown. Never said you weren't there. Let's see here. As we get older, the leadership changes. We ain't getting those days back. There you go, Chrissy. There's the answer. These guys don't understand that. I'm going to break this down for you. Then we're looking at Sony's financials, and I got to go to the pharmacy. My throat's really starting to hurt. These guys do not understand. These guys and gals don't understand that they're part of something that's done. They're part of something that's the older generation of gamers are done. They're not catering to you anymore. They're catering to the next generation of gamers that are Gen A. That's who they're targeting now. They're targeting Gen A's parents. So the Gen A's parents will buy them their next system so that they can play, whether it's a handheld system, which it does look like Gen A is going to be on. It does look like they're moving away from consoles. And now Gen A's parents may have a console. Daddy may have a console. Mommy and daddy may have a console. But these guys cannot admit that. See, that's the secret sauce, is that they're up. They don't understand that in this case, Sony is it. That's why they say Sony's going in the wrong direction, because it's a direction that doesn't include them. It doesn't include them. And so they're upset about it. But we're going to look at the financials, and we're going to see, and I'm going to show it to you all. You're going to see if they are making money or if they're not with the direction that they're going in. And this will be from like 2022, 2023 till now. Because we don't know what they're going to do this year in 2026. Don't know their forecast. Don't know their outlook. That is something we'll find out in a few more weeks, right? So we can't, we can speculate. Everybody's saying they're going to sell 100 million consoles and all that kind of stuff. My speculative guess is that they hit 100 million before Grand Theft Auto comes out. But what's the biggest slowdown in console sales? Summer, and we're coming. That is coming. So we'll see. We're going to find out, but don't be shocked if you wake up in late October and you see a banner up saying Sony surpasses 100 million consoles. So don't be shocked. Do not be shocked. But we will find this out in April or May. All right. So here we go. You were right, Chris. That's the secret there. That's the secret. So these guys can't accept that. That they are the old man on the hill. They the unk. If you want to call it, you all say unk instead of uncle. They are the unk. And they don't cater to the unk anymore. The unk can go kick rocks. The unk can go eat his Cracker Jacks. The unk can go eat his applesauce and take his medication. They do not care about what you want. And so to them, it's an abortion. It's aforementioned. They can't stand it. But that's the truth. They do not like the fact that they're being passed down the line. They don't like it. So what are they doing? They're out here filing complaints left and right. And what did I just say? You don't like the music at the party? You leave the party. You don't like the food being served at the dinner table? You don't eat at that dinner table. You go elsewhere. But to complain for years and then not be man enough to just say, yeah, look, I'm going to take my ball and go home. You all brought up Tim Dog. How come Tim Dog was able to do that? Hey, look, I don't like what they're doing. I don't like the direction they're going. I'm out of this ecosystem. How come you can't do that? And I'm talking to a certain group of people. I'm not going to say names because that ain't this kind of podcast. I do not feel well enough to say names, but everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? Get your shit and go. You don't like it? Go. Okay? I mean, I don't, there are things that Sony does that I don't like, but, I can talk about it for 5 minutes, but okay. Overall, I like what they're doing. I said the other day, I love what they're doing. I like a company that, like Thanos said, the hardest decisions require the strongest wills. But yeah, get your shit and go. Be a man, pick up your shit, grab your nuts, go. So, or you can complain like a girl. So that's what women do. Women complain. Women take their complaints to men and men solve the problem. So hell, even Vanilla Ice said if there's a problem, I'll solve it. So let's see here. Why they hate Hiroki. I don't know. Yeah, that I don't know. And again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Horizon multiplayer looks good. You're not, in your opinion, but getting negative feedback. Okay. Yeah. Again, but what was the negative feedback? Remember, why are you making this instead of making Bloodborne? Why are you making this instead of making, Resistance? Why are you making this instead of making Killzone? They have not accepted that that what they want is no longer the priority. And that happens as you get older. You become less of a priority as you get older. And they are targeting with a Horizon game. That's not something I'm going to play, but maybe my girlfriend will play it. Maybe my girlfriend will play that with her niece or play it with my niece. I don't know. They target different demographics because that's the future. And again, for me, what are they making? Well, if I want to buy Soros, I'll buy it. If I want MLB The Show, I'll buy it. If I want Wolverine, I'll buy it. If I want Phantom Blade Zero, I will buy it. That's being pushed towards my generation. So, and again, I may not buy Phantom Blade if it's going to be a Souls-like game. I may be like, well, I don't like this. So, but that doesn't mean, but I'm not going to tear it down. You know what I'm saying? Resident Evil, get ready. Yeah, again, Alexandra, I am going to buy it and I'm going to give it away. But I'm working this weekend, so I will not be playing it. If somebody wants, I will play Marathon, but I won't load Marathon up until Sunday night. So just letting everybody know. Chris Cobra says Sony will change leadership. Herman Holtz and the other guy will change out with someone new eventually. It's going to happen eventually. Yeah, they're not going to be there forever. They're not going to be there forever. Especially, and wasn't it the one guy? What was the name of the guy that? He was at State of Play. He was a male. He was American, and he's the one that introduced the Konami. He did something with like the studio. He was like in charge of the overseas stuff. I forgot his name. I can see his face. But that guy, again, as I said before, it doesn't look like Sony's relationship with Square Enix has gone lukewarm, but it looks like Sony has rekindled their relationship, so to speak, with Konami. And they're associating now with Konami, and Konami is going to take the money, and Sony's going to, get exclusivity, blah, 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 blah. So, it is what it is. Hiroki canceled 4 Insomniac IPs delayed. One Great Web looked good. Again, that doesn't, just because you got to understand, that's a game being made with Marvel Games, and Marvel Games says no, this Insomniac cannot make the game. Marvel Games can say, no, we don't think this is a good idea. We don't see the characters like this. You see, y'all have to remember that. So the Spider-Man stuff, Marvel Games has that stuff. They have their contract with Sony. Now, it doesn't mean that Sony may have pitched it to Marvel Games, and Marvel Games said no. But that doesn't mean they won't re-pitch it to them at some point. But Marvel got a lot of irons in the oven. They got the 1943 game. They got the Blade game. They got the Wolverine game coming out. So they've got a lot of stuff that they're overseeing as well. Let's see here. I mean, he says it's going to be interesting to see how much leverage Asha has for this new direction, vision of Xbox. Yeah, it is. I agree. That's why I said before, over the next 90 days, we'll see some of what she wants to do, because she has to put that out there for her shareholders. And then we'll, in 6 months, we will really see what they're doing. But she does have to do a short term, whatever she wants. She has to do that short term. Yeah, Fahim Scott says Herman is actually doing his job. I agree. If you're not producing, you're not going to be here. It is what it is. Chris Cobra says people react to shock value, but will forget after a week or two. Facts. I mean, they're not going to be talking about it on Thursday. They're going to be playing Marathon. They're going to be talking about it on Friday. They're going to be playing Resident Evil. Said that. Yeah, I said that last podcast I was on. Let's see here. What's done is done, and it's time to move on. Oh, okay. They still, hold on. We're just saying that they still include us gamers. Just want it to only be about us. Yeah, it's still about gamers, but it's not about the gaming generation. It's about the future generation. So, and that's, again, let me make this clear. When products change, the product really doesn't change. You change. You age out of watching stuff. It's like a friend of mine who used to go to all the Marvel movies. Like, he went to all of them. Saw the movies 2-3 times in a weekend. I go with him and watch it once. And the only Marvel movie I've seen more than once is Black Panther and Avengers Endgame. That's it. I mean, I went and saw Infinity War once. The rest of them I saw one time, right? But what was it? Oh, Captain America: Civil War I saw twice. But I was just asking him. I think Alexander brought up Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I asked him, was he going to go check this out? He said no. I've burnt out on it. I've kind of. I said, you saying you aged out of it? You got unk status now, and that's the thing. Yeah, they got unk status. That's cool. Let's see here. They're definitely not catering to me. I'm almost 40 years old, but there's still plenty you can play and enjoy. Yeah, and as a 40-year-old man, gaming is probably not far up on your list. It doesn't mean you don't enjoy the hobby. It's still a form of escapism. But yeah, I remember I told you all that I was only going to game maybe 2 hours a day. I'm not going to do what I did when I played Fallout and Oblivion. And I told you I was playing like Saturday mornings. I would usually watch College Game Day and stuff like that. And I stopped doing that and I started playing more. And then it was like I would watch the 12 o'clock games. Then I stopped doing that because I was playing. Then I would be like, well, the game I want to see until 3 o'clock. And I would play from 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I'm sorry. I would play from 10 a.m. till friggin' 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That is unhealthy. And I'm like, I am not doing that anymore. So I am proud to say that every one of you all should have a higher gamer score than me. And if you do, it ain't a flex. I mean, if you got a high gaming score, it ain't a flex. It just means you got way the fuck too much time on your hands. So, and congratulations on having any extra time. If you've worked to a point where you've got extra time, that's cool. You know, but yeah, it ain't for everybody. Let's see here. What else are you all saying? This guy says Grand Theft Auto is going to get Sony past 100 million. Yeah, I believe that too. I think that's safe to assume, but it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if Sony got 100 million before Grand Theft Auto came out, because they are dropping Soros. They're going to have the new MLB on their platform. They've got Phantom Blade and they've got Wolverine. You got to understand the whole Wolverine thing. That's going to cater to the gamers and the fans of Marvel and the X-Men fans. Because I keep on hearing people say they should make an X-Men game. Well, I thought the last time I checked, Wolverine was an X-Men, but I could be wrong. I will stand corrected. So hold on. Let me ask my trusty gray small assistant here. Maybe it knows. Hey, Alexa, is Wolverine an X-Men?
Yes, Wolverine is a member of the X-Men. He's one of their most iconic characters.
Thank you, Alexa. So there we go. So, according...
You just made my day. Oh. Happy to help with your superhero questions anytime, Craig.
Yay. Okay. So, we have it confirmed by my trusty little gray assistant here that Wolverine's an X-Men. So, can we stop saying... make an X-Men game because Wolverine's an X-Men. Come on, guys. You got to do better. You got to do better to protect your cheeks. El Nini says that we need to play Halo Campaign Evolve co-op when it releases. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this send me an invite. I'm going to play it. I still can't believe I'm playing it on a PlayStation. Let's see here. Big says so there's still games that cater to us. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there are. But you have to remember different people like different things. And yeah, they are catering to, I don't know, us. I mean, what do you mean by that? They are still catering to what I want. I can only speak for myself. So I recommend that that's what you all do. You speak for yourself. At the end of the day, people are, you're being aged out. And a lot of these guys and gals may not like that. They're being aged out though. So, you know, it is, to me, it's normal. They're going to age you out. So, we don't feel effed up Xbox. Well, I mean, a lot of things went wrong over there. Not just when a product fails like that. It's not just one thing that happens. So your nieces, people banking on GTA 6, you don't care about that franchise too much these days. Yeah, like I said, it's different strokes for different folks, right? It just is. There's no, it's okay that you don't buy Grand Theft Auto. It's okay if you buy 100 copies, but yes, that if and when that game comes out this year, that's all that's going to be talked about. So, but I'm sure you're ready for that, right? You got yourself ready for it. Because it's not a game. That is going to be an event. Like I've said this before, when Grand Theft Auto releases, it will be an event. So just it is what it is. So Let's see here. Your nieces and nephews still call you uncle, not unc. That sounds yeah, but it's generational. They've switched it. Like I said, Gen Z, they don't say uncle, they say unc. So, but yeah, yeah. And again, these guys and gals don't like the fact that they're being aged out. So ultimately, it is what it is. Gaming workers is more than GTA. I agree. Do I think that they'll get rid of Aaron Greenberg? Marketing has been atrocious. Very well. Wouldn't shock me to wake up one morning and see that he's gone too. So, or leaving. I don't think they're going to just outright fire him. I think that they're going to talk to him, and he's got to sit down with her if he hasn't already and see what his part and his place is going to be. And we'll see. We will see. So again, I'm not in their ecosystem, so I'm just kind of like, okay, this is kind of what's happening. You all are talking about it, so I'll talk about it. But I'm not in their ecosystem, so I'm just kind of like, okay, So let's see here. They call you Uncle Ray, and you love it. There you go. Phil sits in his room with his Xbox, saying, "I think we're alone." Wow, that's a classic. Says, my wife complains and comes to me and I get it done. Yeah, that's see, Chris, you see how that's what men do. Yeah, there's the truth. You don't like something. Again, let me make this clear. You don't like what they're serving at the party, you go elsewhere. You don't like the music, go elsewhere. Complaining over a 3-year period, okay. Everybody understands you're unhappy. So why don't you take your ass elsewhere? That goes for anybody with any product, anywhere. We have a Myers that I can, right down the street from me. I don't like Myers. I don't like their prices. So guess what? I don't go to Myers. It ain't hard. It's not hard. I just don't go to Myers. Am I going to sit around and bitch and moan about Myers prices? No, I just don't go. I'm just like, I'm good. I'll go elsewhere. I'll go to Target. I'll go to Walmart. I'll go elsewhere. If I don't like the prices at Best Buy, I'm not going to stand out there and be like, how dare you charge this much? This is ridiculous. I will try to find a better deal elsewhere. But to me, that's normal. Maybe there's a generation of men and women who think they can bitch and moan their way to change, but change doesn't happen because you're bitching and moaning. Change happens when you put foot to ass. If you don't like something, then walk away. I can understand complaining for one day like Tim Dog did. Tim Dog's like, hey, I'm out of here though, right? Tim's like, I'm done with it. I'm no longer, what did he say to his wife on his podcast? Or he said to somebody on the podcast, what did he say? Hey, guess what? I'm not an Xbox fan anymore. I've left the ecosystem. He said, I'm paraphrasing. That's what he said though. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So, let's see here. What else do we have here? You're not playing the Horizon game. Does not cater to you. Yeah, there you go. See how easy that was? Don't cater to me. I'm not going to buy it. So, see, you're not running around talking about, well, they ought to make this and they ought to make that, because you're not, again, Chris, you're not an entitled prick. You're not. You're not. These other people are. So they're like, they ought to. So they're going to make what I want them to make, and if they don't make what I want them to make, I'm going to sit here and bitch and moan like a girl getting cramps. I'm going to do it for 3, 4, 5 years. That's what they sound like to me. Don't know what they sound like to you. So he said he's going to be the CEO one day. There you go. Let's see here. Phantom Blade Zero is a must. We'll be playing RE9 this Friday. There you go, D-Nice. Hopefully you vote in the poll. I think a lot of people are going to be playing. That's the whole point. Remember I said this the other day. You all are going to be bitching for 2 days about Blue Point, and then in 48 hours from now, people are going to be playing Marathon. Maybe not everybody, but there are going to be a lot of people streaming Marathon, whether it's on Twitch or wherever you're gaming at. Twitch, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, you're going to be playing it, right? You're going to be playing it. And again, if you're, and let's see if these guys that are filing the complaints, let's see if they're actually playing. Let's see if they play these games. Let's see if they put money where their mouth is, and they say, you know what? I'm not going to play these games. Let's see here. Insomniac is trusted by Insomniac to make their IPs. You mean Insomniac is trusted by Marvel? Yeah. It's not that they're not trusted, but and again, just because something gets pitched doesn't mean they say no right now doesn't mean you don't come back to it. You know, that's the whole thing. I hear people think, well, they're not. They said no. They said no for now. That doesn't mean you don't start. Doesn't mean you don't keep asking them. But again, it happened with the movies, the Spider-Man in the movies. You know, Kevin Feige would go talk to Amy Pascal. Amy Pascal would say, no, we're not going to let Spider-Man be in the Marvel movies. You know, he would go to her again. You know, he goes to her multiple times, and finally she says yes. So, said Mike Johnson's life for an instance. Yeah, gaming and so on. Well, just, you know, I'm for observation. Let me make that clear. But when you are bitching for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, if you don't like the food being served, then go elsewhere. Maybe they think complaining about the food is going to get them to change the menu. If you don't like what's on the menu, you go to another restaurant. I mean, it's that simple, you know. So it is what it is. But again, you got, that's what grown-ups do. You got some people that are like, oh, that's just not everybody. It's not everybody. It's not everybody. So that's the good news. Let's see here. Says here we get so many leaks for games that never come out. And we complain that we were supposed to get X game, but that's not how it works with leaks. That the problem is that you're getting leaks. That's why I say before, it's not official until the company comes out and says it. It's not official. So just don't believe anything you're being told by anybody except the company. I mean, you can say that about what Detective Seeds is doing. He's getting information. He's putting it out there. Now, Detective Seeds has been accurate. And it's okay. It's okay to believe him, but it's okay to say, well, you know what? I want a little more information. So it is what it is. Let's see here. You meant Marvel. I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, that's cool. People want to pound the flesh from Herman. For doing his job. I mean, the guy is literally doing his job. You know, so, which is, if you're not producing, you got to go. You got to go. So, I mean, how many NFL, I mean, you have NFL, you know, when the veterans get cut, everybody has the same conversation. What? I can't believe they cut him. What? I can't believe they did this. Oh, I can't believe they didn't re-sign him, right? And realistically, the reason is that guy is not going to be producing for him, and you got to go. You know, you got to go. That's it. Let's see here. This guy says you're going to see Spider-Man. He's going to go see Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, a lot of people are, but there's a lot of people that, like I said, a friend of mine, he used to go to those movies day one all the time. Then after, I've said this before about Marvel. I think when Endgame got here, we got that giant splash scene. You know, that one, the Avengers Assemble screen when they're all running towards each other. When we got that scene, it's going to be awful hard to get past that. You know, because you're watching that on screen and you're just like, wow. You know this is fantastic. And it's going to be tough for them to outdo that. They may never outdo that scene because everything culminated in that scene. If you watched all the TV shows, if you watched all the other movies, and you caught all the what do you call them, the Easter eggs, it culminated in that scene when they said Avengers Assemble. So it's going to be very difficult to get people back to that point. But guess what? He is right. My whole point on that is they're no longer, he's outgrown it. You know, he told me, he said, Craig, when we went to go see Iron Man, he told me he was single. He lived in an apartment. He had a roommate, and he he was still trying to pay off his first car. This was 2008. Now, and he told me, he said, when I left the theater after seeing Avengers Endgame, he said, when we left that theater, I had a wife, I had a 6-year-old, and I got a mortgage. So, but guess what? Life changes. And we did go see The Eternals. We did go back to see that. But that's it. He's not really gone to see. He's watched the other ones on Disney Plus. So yeah, they age you out. They age you out. It's okay. It's okay to be aged out. It means you're growing up. So let's see here. Chris says you got a lot out of things as you gotten older. Others just stuck in their ways. They can't comprehend. Yeah, that's true. That could be true. Says yes, Wolverine is an X-Man and an Avenger. Yeah, okay. So you get what I'm saying then, right? Why are they saying make an X-Men game when Wolverine is an X-Man? They're making an X-Men game. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, Xbox praying for exclusives. Again, the fact that it just means they don't like what Xbox is doing. And they're just going along to get along. So he's a part-time Avenger. Okay, like part-time lover. Gotcha. So I've aged of society to protect my insanity. Well, there you go. Hold on. What do I think they will do with Leon and Resident Evil 9? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to start playing Resident Evil till next week. So full disclosure, that's why I'm not playing it, because I have to work the weekend. So I will not be gaming. I do not game on weekends. I work. Nope. Not going to do it. Now this weekend, marathon, I will try the demo. Absolutely going to try the demo. See what it's about. But see, there are going to be people playing it all weekend long. I don't have that time. So I don't have that time. But yeah, that's what I think. We think before they end this arc, I just don't know what else Leon can do. So, but again, I like Redfield? Whatever his name is, I like his character more than Leon. So I would like to, use that. Was that Resident Evil 3? Who was the guy in Resident Evil 3? You had the girl that was the primary, but, the guy that was in it. There was a guy that was in it. Man, I can't remember his name. It's been such a long time since I played that game. You're going to try to open beta this weekend? Well, if you can, invite me Sunday. If you're around, invite me Sunday at 9 o'clock. That's when I'll be playing it. Or I might play it Friday. Matter of fact, LDD, let's try to play it on Friday. You pick a time and you send it to me and we'll play, okay? I think I'm off Friday. So we'll play Friday. Yeah, there we go. So, are you still interested to see if Bungie still has the shooter magic they had from 2000? Yeah, we're going to find out. Chris says, his wife's standards, but you're not entitled. Be humble and you'll get further in life. Fair enough. Yeah. Like when Falcon comes out of nowhere, Cap on your left. Yeah, we're not going to get a scene like that again. That's well, then you have the splash scene where they're all running towards each other. But that scene right there in the movie theater that I was in that Friday night when I went and saw Avengers Endgame, that everybody started cheering. Not me, because I don't react like that, but I thought that was a cool scene. And rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther. So, yeah, I agree with that. So, Summer Games Fest, yep, get it ready. So, then all the portals show up. Yeah, which you kind of knew was going to happen because everybody was back. And if you notice, when they walk through those portals, they walk in directly from where they were from. So, like, the Guardians came through they were there on Titan. And then the Nova Corps came through from Nova. You see it like the things behind them. The Wakandas walked in from Wakanda, So, it was pretty cool. Yeah, great scene, great scene. So things change, exactly right. Mass Effect 5 is a quality game. Well, there is no Mass Effect 5, I certainly hope. So is it Claire Redfield? Okay, then what's all right, so then what's the name of the other guy that's in Resident Evil 3? I know there's the girl, but what's the guy's name? Because I played as a guy, he had like an M4 or M16 or something like that. So you haven't played a Resident Evil since Code Veronica when you were a kid. Wow. Wow. Well then, Chris, your trophy count must be really low. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Carlos is the guy. Okay, so Carlos. So what's Carlos's last name? All right, so that's the guy you play with. Then what's all right? So it's Claire Redfield. Okay, then where am I getting Chris from? All right, so I confused Carlos for Chris. Okay, all right, that's what happened. All right, I got you. So, daylight savings time. Get it ready. Yep, yeah. And aren't we supposed to go away from daylight savings time? So yeah. So, oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, get it ready. NFL or NBA? Me personally, NFL. The NBA does. I don't have cable, so and now I'm watching the NBA because it's been on like Prime and it's been on Peacock or it's been on one of those two, and so I've been and ABC and stuff like that. It's been on there, so I'll watch some games, but I couldn't even tell you who the top 10 players are in the NBA. In the 80s and 90s, I could just boom, 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 boom. But now I can't. I mean, I know like a handful of them. Like I still know Steph Curry is still one of the better players. And then that guy from Oklahoma City, because he played at UK. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I can see his face. He's real good. I know the kid in Indiana's really good. But yeah, I mean, I don't follow it anymore. That real tall good Wembanyama, whatever his name is. He's like what, 7'6"? That is crazy. That's unnatural to see somebody running up and down like that. So, if Friday works for you, there you go. Okay, so there is a Chris Redfield. All right, that's what it was then. Okay, maybe that's right. All right, so I got him transposed. Okay, so there is a Chris Redfield. All right, I was kind of thinking I thought it was a Chris. So, all right then, that's cool. That is cool. So, but all right then, guys. So let's look at Sony's financials. I've been here too long. It's almost 10 o'clock, and then I am going to bounce like a check. Let me see if I can. Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I think, okay, here's what I have to do. Okay. So, because numbers don't lie and bullshit runs a marathon. So, let's see here. Here we go here. We go here. And can I see more? Okay. So let me see. I'm going to try to do this on this page here. If you want more, then jump. Okay, that's not all right. So that's not going to work like it's not going to work like that. Okay. Well, let's see how this is going to work. All right, hold on. I think I'm going to have to do it another way. Alrighty here. Okay, there's YouTube. Here is this. Here is this. Okay. So we're just going to look at the financials here. So let me bring that down. And I'm going to highlight it here. Okay. So you all can see this as well. Let me see here. Now I need to go over here. And okay, here it is. Okay, it should be up on the screen now. Okay, so let me try to make that big enough for you all to see. Okay. All right. So where I have it highlighted. Now this is Sony's, let's see here. This is their approximated fiscal year date. So this is last year. So we'll start there. Fiscal year, that's what FY means. Forecast ending March 26th. So March 30th, 31st. Operating profit upgraded to 1.54 trillion yen, approximately 10 billion US dollars, driven by sensors and music. Profit, we're going to say that again. Operating profit. That means that the company is doing well. They're going in the right direction. Okay, these are not Craig numbers. These are actual numbers. Okay, these are physical numbers. So, we can go up here. Sony Group Corporation has demonstrated resilient profitability between 2022 and 2025. Again, profitability. It's a for-profit company, but yet you got people telling you they're going in the wrong direction. You just need to go to a different store. With recent 25-26 projections showing strong growth, okay, driven by image and music divisions despite fluctuating gaming sales. As of late 2025, operating profit was raised. 1.54 trillion yen for the fiscal year, and with net income showing strong growth 24-25. Does this sound like a company? Let's take Sony out of it. Is this a company going in the wrong direction? Huh? What? I mean, if you're going to step to me with the numbers that they produce, not the bullshit that comes out of you all's mouth. Okay. We read the annual, so fiscal year 24 ended March 2025. Net income saw significant growth, with reports indicating a surge of 18.3% to approximately 7.9 billion US dollars. Okay. I'm gonna say that again. Net income saw significant growth. Does this sound like a company going in the wrong direction? Asking for a friend. Fiscal year 2023 ended March 2024. Solid performance through Q225 saw a 22% increase in operating profit over the prior year. Yes, it's not looking good for you guys. Fiscal year 2022. We go back. Okay, we go back. We got Marty McFly driving the DeLorean. Fiscal 2022 ended March, yes, right, 2023. Maintained strong operating income, navigating shifts in global demand and supply chains. This comes from Variety. There's your source. Okay. Keyboard drivers. Image Accessory Solutions. Strongest performer with operating profit in this segment reaching 138.3 billion yen, up nearly 50% in early 2026. Dun, dun, dun. Does this sound like a company going in the wrong direction? Maybe you all don't know what you're talking about. Music segment. Significant contributor to overall profit increases. Game and network services. PlayStation. Despite shifting, this segment continued to produce high revenue, though sometimes experiencing profit margin pressures. Even though they've had outside pressures, they're still producing high revenue. Again, if they were going in the wrong direction, these numbers would not be like this. Again, the problem isn't Sony. You the problem. You the problem. And you step into the party. They playing country music. You don't like country music. What you gonna do? Punch the band out? Go beat up the DJ? No, you take your ass to a different party. You go somewhere and it's all vegan and you a meat eater, you a carnivore. You're like, oh no, I gotta get me some steak. I gotta get me some pork chops. You know, what are we doing here with this? You gotta go somewhere else. Now they finished this by, says here, Bungie is hosting a marathon server slam open beta. I guess, see, we call them open betas. You all call them service slam. So weekend from February 26th, that is Thursday, through March 2nd, ahead of the game's March 5th launch. This, which is available on PlayStation 5 and other platforms, features 2 maps, Perimeter and Dire Marsh, and provides a preview of the faction contract system and runner shells. Okay. So again, clip that one. All right, Jay Bari. Clip it. I mean, I'm saying to clip it. Because for some reason, I'm looking at the numbers here, and the numbers don't care about your feelings. And according to the numbers, they're having a growth. Now, if you don't like the direction that they're going, that is perfectly fine, Jay Bari. It's fine. You have an absolute right to your opinion. You are a consumer. But, you know, after 3 years of complaining, maybe you need to go elsewhere. You go find a different store. And that goes for everybody. I mean, not just Jay Bari, not just Persona, not everybody on that wagon. Take your shit and go home. All right? Being critical is one thing. Being critical for 3.5 years, maybe you ought to go somewhere else. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I'm looking at the numbers, and the numbers don't care about your feelings, don't care about my feelings, don't care about Chris's feelings, Alexandra's feelings, Fahim's feelings. And it doesn't matter. So, I mean, again, you all deal with these numbers. You can clip this as well. I mean, again, free country, freedom of speech, clip it. Flip it, okay? Or we can have ourselves up a discussion like grown men. So what do you want to do? But you're going to answer for this. You're going to answer because the numbers clearly say you don't know what you're talking about. I'm looking at the numbers. Get over yourselves. Literally, get over yourselves. What, you got more trophies? You think that's a flex? Yeah, you got more trophies. Congratulations. You got more time on your hands than I do. Congratulations. Okay? But grown men talking about trophy scores is not a flex. Okay? It's not a flex, guys. Congratulations on the trophies, though, because that's important to you. But it's not a flex. You all sound like black women ginning up their degrees. Nobody cares about your degree. Nobody cares about your trophies either. Okay. So, like Alexander said, F the feelings. These are the numbers. Get it ready. So, ready or not 2, here I come, 2020. There you go. So, it's done. It's over. Deal with those numbers, then talk to me. Okay. I'm about the numbers. So, Chris said he might buy Resident Evil next week. You're behind on a lot of games. Yeah, see, this year I have finished, what's the name of that game? I finished Stellar Blade and I finished Ghost of Yotei. So it's 2 months this year. There's been 2 months this year. I've completed one game each month. In March, I'm going to finish my first season in Madden. So I'll be finishing, you know, I'm on a good pace. So I don't know about April. So I know there's a crap ton coming out in April too. So, but at least by March, I will be on game day. But see, I'm moving in May. So I'm going to move in May. So April is going to be exponentially slow for me. So let's see here. Gamers, social media is not real life. Yeah, I agree. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Exactly. Social media in general ain't real to me. Again, that's on them. He wasn't talking about the numbers. He was talking about closing down Blue Point, which affects him as a gamer. Based on what? Okay. Again, let me make this clear. No. Let me make this clear. Persona has an absolute right to file his complaint about the studio being closed. I don't like the studio being closed. All right? Because I hate studios being closed. All right? However, I understand why they closed it. And I also understand that Persona has been complaining for 3.5 years. He's the one that said that they were going in the wrong direction. Look at the numbers. Again, I don't care what he said is what he said. That's his opinion. He has an absolute constitutional right to his opinion. He has a God-given right to his opinion. What he doesn't have a right to is those numbers. Now, so according to those numbers, he's wrong. Now, his opinion, he don't like something, that's fine, that's fair. But the numbers clearly contradict what he says. Not me, the numbers. My point is, if you don't like it, go elsewhere. I mean, that's what people do. You don't like the service at one store, you go to another store. You know, but again, that's my whole point. It's been my point for the last 3.5 years. We're going to see if Sony's going in the wrong direction. If they had shitty ass numbers, I would have been the first to say, hey, Persona was right. They do need to make some changes. They do need to go in a different direction. Guess what? You saw the numbers just like I did there, Johnny. You saw the same numbers. They're not going in the wrong direction. That is a fallacy. Now, in his opinion, the other stuff is his opinion. Again, numbers don't lie, Johnny. Come on now. You're smarter than this. Come on. So, and it ain't about him. It ain't about me. It's about the fact. It's about those numbers. Again, if Persona having more trophies than me, Jay Bart having more trophies than me, I don't care that they have more trophies than me. That just means that they is two grown men. Now they think it matters. That's scary. But overall, what are they trying to say? Oh, well, because they have more trophies, their opinion matters more. No, their opinion, just like my opinion, has the exact same weight. The only difference is that grown men solve problems. If they have a problem, they don't like it. They've been complaining for 3.5 years about some bullshit Sony's doing. If it's that bad and it hurts them so much, walk away. Sell your shit. Go elsewhere. Stop playing. You don't like it? Go elsewhere. It's normal stuff. So, we've been seeing her being scapegoated. Yeah, I don't like it. Monty, I don't like the fact that, and I'm not in their ecosystem, but I don't like the fact, and because we said it, it's like we said it kind of as a half-ass joke. We said it as a half-ass joke, right? And it's like, if shit goes left, Sarah's going to get blamed. They're going to blame the black girl. We said it as a joke, but deep down, we knew that that's what was going to happen. And by golly, that's what's happening. I don't particularly like it. So, Alexandra, they are going to the right direction. According to the numbers, they are. So this is not my opinion. According to the numbers, they are. That's it. Their opinion is not a fact. It's their opinion. But what the facts are is that, number one, they do have more trophies than me, and that's not a big deal because everybody's had more trophies than me. Because I don't sit around and game a ton. Like, I don't. But, so they shouldn't. So, them having more trophies than me is like saying that, you know, an NBA basketball player should have more points than I do. Well, yeah, duh, you know, big deal. That doesn't mean anything. However, to them it does. And that's cool. It's scary to me, but it's cool. So, let's see here. Maybe Scott says Scoop most movies are shot on Sony cameras. The NFL, NBA, NHL use Sony. Oh, see, yeah, I knew about the NFL. I knew about the NFL. Yeah. But I didn't know about the NBA. Okay, cool. Johnny says it's not like they hate everything PlayStation does, so that's why they don't walk away. I didn't say they hated it. I said if they don't like it and they've been complaining for 3.5 years on something they're doing, then find a different place to go, Johnny. This is, if you went with your wife to a restaurant and you don't get good service, are you going to complain about it for 3.5 years and keep going back? Or are you going to say, hey, you know what, honey, we're going to go elsewhere? That's I mean, what do normal people do? You take your car into the shop and it doesn't get fixed the way you want it. You go to a different store. That's it. That is it. You know, that's it. And I read the numbers. That's why I read the numbers. I like the numbers here. Their opinion, they can absolutely have an absolute godly right to their opinion. God knows they do. But to sit around for 3 years and whip out your Skippy and constantly complain, maybe you ought to go elsewhere. That's it. But they're not. They're going to be, I guarantee you they won't. And let's see, as I said to both of them online, and I'll say it to you all. Let's see if they put foot to ass and they don't play any more games this year on PlayStation. If it's so bad and it's so horrible and it's causing them so much pain, then stop using that ecosystem and go elsewhere. It's not hard. All right? Yeah, I don't like Blue Point closing either, but I'm not going to complain about it because they weren't performing, so they had to get rid of them. So it is what it is. All right? The numbers clearly dictate something different than what one of them said, and I read the numbers. If they got a problem with the numbers, if they got numbers that contradict that, I am open to listen. Okay? But if they can't contradict those numbers, which came from Variety and CNBC, then maybe, just maybe, they could be wrong about it. Okay? But you have to entertain that too, right, Johnny? Come on, let's be fair. Let's be fair. So, let's see. Oh, Kenneth the Myth, remember for 31 months. Yeah. Some jokes has some truth to it in reality. Yeah, some do. Famous Scott says Sony is making money. Yeah, if a for-profit company is making money over a period of 4 fiscal years, which is what, 16 fiscal quarters, they're doing okay. Again, let me make this clear. If those numbers were different and they were negative, I would be like, oh man, yeah, they do need to do some things different. I'd be the first one to say it. I would be the first one to say it. All right? So, I love Tony. Yeah, love him. Says here, you destroyed the ponies on Twitter. The bald Messiah reigns with the backhand to the crying logic of the fanboys. OG Craig ain't got no gamer trophies, but he got the logical wins to win a trophy. Okay. They're right. I mean, you all should have more trophies than me. I mean, God forbid. Like, if you don't have more trophies than me, then you're sorry. I mean, you're just sorry because you're. But are you really here because I have trophies? Are you really here because I'm telling you the truth? You see what I'm saying? If you're here because I have trophies, then you're here for the wrong reason. That's right. There are no trophies on my PlayStation thing or in my Xbox thing either. None whatsoever. Oh man. How about each picture you see up there, the video, I've beaten that game multiple times. I've beaten that series multiple times. The Aloy game, I've beaten that game or finished that game. And the Atsu game, I beat those games. I promise you, I got trophies for all those games. But because I don't have silver trophies or platinums or gold, or whatever you want to call it, oh my goodness, God forbid I don't have those. Yeah, I don't have time to run around and look for the green flower. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't have time to do that. I don't have time to make all the weapons for Aloy. I ain't got time for that. God forbid, I never thought I was growing up. I never thought I'd see the day where grown men talked about their trophy score on a game like it actually meant something. I mean, what are we doing? What happened to you guys? I mean, does your balls fall off? I mean, this is what we're doing now? So, the WWE uses Sony cameras. Well, see, now that explains the growth then. Okay, if they've got, like I said, I didn't know that. So I didn't know they were using all those cameras. Okay. Capcom, Konami, Sony, get ready. Yeah. Then it sounds like they got good relationships with those two companies. So, and there's no doubt in my mind that things have cooled off with Square. things have cooled off with Square, but it seems to have heated up with Konami. So, D-Nice says people are taking this too far. At the end of the day, we're just consumers. Yeah, correct. You're a consumer, you're a customer, and as a consumer customer, if you don't like the service that you're getting, you go elsewhere, D-Nice. Okay? That's that simple. Put foot to ass. Let's not complain. Okay? So, or you can complain, but, you know, D-Nice, if you have a house and it's getting broken into every week, okay, your house gets broken into every week, and you keep coming outside saying, God damn it, those boys broke into my house again. Okay, and you live on First Street, eventually, and you do it let's say you do it once a week for 3.5 years. Do you not think eventually somebody's going to come up to you and say, hey, D-Nice, instead of you living here on First Street where your house is getting broken into by them boys, why don't you move over to Fifth Street where they don't have any break-ins? What makes sense to you, to bitch and moan and get your house broken into, or to move and not have your house broken into? Well, you tell me, and I'm not saying that to be facetious or be a smart ass. You tell me, I'm going to stay in the house and bitch and moan, or I'm going to go somewhere else. What makes more sense to you? I'm at for D-Nice, okay? And again, I'm not trying to be facetious towards you. I really want to see if you all have the ability to discern. If you don't like something, you can walk away. Okay? Because I don't want to make this clear. Tim Dog, and people make fun of him, but for some reason, as soon as Microsoft did something that he didn't like, he walked away. He walked away. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. Okay? Let's see here. Monty White says that's what he did when he outgrew Nintendo. He stopped gaming there when Sega left the console space. Yeah, you were cool. Yeah, exactly. So, nothing wrong with walking away. Beam Scott says Sony is going to improve TCL's TVs and there's tech and you will benefit from it. Okay, well, we'll see. Is that the plan? So, you have 26 platinums, but that don't mean nothing. Well, according to some people, it means everything. I mean, it means everything, by golly. You got those platinum trophies. I don't have any, I don't have any, Chris. You know, but hey, you having them means everything. This means that you don't have to go pay for gas. You don't have to go buy groceries. This means that there are going to be women throwing themselves at you every night. This means that if you get sick, you can just turn in one of your platinum trophies. I mean, you know, what are we doing here? You know, it doesn't mean anything. So, Fahim says he has 7 platinum trophies. There you go, Fahim. Well, guess what? That means it's never going to rain on you. You don't have to go and shovel snow, and you know you won't get older. You won't get any, you know, nothing. You know, you'll never have to get your car tuned up. You got them trophies, man. So, point is, it benefits both Sony and TLC. Yeah. I'm not saying it won't. I don't know too much about that, how that works as far as what the expectation is. So, does that mean the TCL TVs you said are going to possibly improve? That's perfectly fine. But we will see. So if you're my mom has a TCL. Not my mom. My brother's girlfriend has a TCL. She actually did ask me about it. I'm like, well, I don't know a whole lot about it. So, yeah. So shout out to all you all with platinum trophies. You all got more time than me. So, which is fine. That means that's really fine. But yeah, I made sure I set gaming to the side because I'm not going to be gaming 3, 4, 5 hours a day. I did play Spider-Man Miles Morales for about 3 hours yesterday because I was relearning how to play that game. So, because I am convinced the next Spider-Man game is going to have Spider-Man Silk, Spider-Man Peter Parker, Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's, again, 2 Spider-Mans on Spider-Man 2, 3 Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3. That's not inside baseball. But that's how I think they're going to take it. So, but guys, it's 10:30. I do have to go get my medication. So, my throat is killing me. So yeah, maybe if I had a platinum trophy, I wouldn't have gotten sick. God forbid. Maybe the germs that I got went ahead and said, well, we found somebody that don't have no platinum trophies. Hey, come here. He can get. Let's make him sick. He ain't got no platinum trophies. Can somebody give me a platinum trophy so that my throat stops hurting? Please. Somebody help me. I mean, not the doctor. I don't. You know what? I will cancel my my script. I'm going to cancel my script of amoxicillin. I don't need it anymore. If one of you all gives me a trophy, you all got my thing, right? You all can just send it to me. Somebody send me a picture of a trophy, and I can take that trophy so that my throat stops hurting. Oh my God! Now I'm just being facetious. Okay. Oh, D Nice says all we can do is buy or not buy. We're talking about video games, people. None of this is important. It's supposed to be a fun hobby. It still is a fun hobby. I mean, for 99% of us, it's a fun hobby. There's a 1% group that's just entitled as hell. So the revenue and profit show SIE is going in the right direction while breaking records. Again, I'm not the one. I agree. I am not the one to say they were going in the wrong direction. So again, I'm a numbers guy. You look at the numbers yourself. That's why I said let's take all the feelings out of it. Let's take all the bullshit trophy talk out of it. What is Sony's revenue? What are they doing? What is their profit? Are they getting profit? Because they're a for-profit company. And let's see in April what direction they do go. Because that's why I keep saying that fiscal year ends May. Not May, I'm sorry, March. So Sony's fiscal year ends March 30th or 31st. That's why they have their new fiscal thing in April. Generally, they have their new fiscal thing in April. So, ouch. So, that's when we're going to find out what their expectation is for fiscal year 2026, which starts in April, but goes through what? March 2027. So when they start getting their fiscal, their quarterly reports, they will either meet their targets. Again, there's only 3 things you can do. You can exceed it, you can meet it, or you can come in below. So that's that. And generally, if you come in above, the stock shoots up. That's what that means. You see the stock, boop, shoot up. If they come in right at normal, they won't. It will generally go down a little bit, but then come back up. If you don't hit the target, you come in below. You don't come in below everything. What happens to your stock? It goes down. But again, you buy the stock when it's down. So, Chris Cobra says you can sell. He wish you could sell his food for sell his trophies for food. Yeah, I know, Chris. I mean, because you getting those trophies means you ain't gonna get hungry no more. That's what it means. It doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean you gotta go. You don't have to go. You get those platinum trophies. You don't have to be. You don't put gas in your car. Okay, you don't have to do it anymore. Damn it, I need to go ahead and get some platinum trophies. I don't have to put gas in my car anymore. I should be able to walk right into Chick-fil-A, order my dinner, order lunch, order breakfast, and say, well, you know what? I'm going to use one of my platinum trophies, and I'm going to go ahead and, get my food for free. Like, man, oh man, when I paid for my new HOTUS setup that I got for $240 off Amazon, Amazon, damn it, you all should have taken a platinum trophy and let me just get that shit on the free. Oh my goodness. Like I said, what happened? What happened? Did your balls fall off? Did somebody, what happened? Oh my goodness. So, you sure I can get the Miles Morales Platinum Trophy? I'm not trying to. That's the whole point. I don't play it to get the trophies. I play it to just get to finish the game. So says Sakti is side piece. Oh man, come on now. Let's not go there. Uncharted in 2026 would be big. Like an announcement? An announcement? Could be. Um Said we have had games from SIE every year since launch. We got exclusives and console exclusives this year. It's never ending. I know that. I mean, you're guys, you're preaching to the choir. I know. I understand. Yes, we absolutely do have those things. So, let's see here. Want to buy a pizza? Wants to buy Pizza Hut with a platinum trophy? Yeah, yeah. I wish I could. They should do that. You know what? I may make a phone call here while we're live on air, and let me see if we can get some food. And here, let me see who I can call here. Let's call. It's 10:30. Let's call a restaurant and see if we can use our platinum trophies to get some food here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Actually, let's call my electric company. We're gonna walk down to Electric Avenue. Okay, so we're calling my electric company. I'm gonna see if I can if I can use a platinum trophy to pay a bill. And I want you all to clip this and put this on Twitter. We're still getting through. What are you all saying? Um, so you're just saying if platinum mattered to you, it would make sense, but as long as you have fun. Oh, I know. I don't. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about it. Okay, I'm putting in my numbers here. So press two. Here we go. So yeah. Ouch. See here. Okay. Okay. Hopefully y'all can still hear me.
You may be transferred to a short survey at the end of your call.
Okay, let's see if we get customer service.
Good morning. My name is Summer. May I have your first and last name, please?
Oh yes, Craig Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. How can I help you?
Yeah, I was wondering. I was calling for a friend of mine. They have a KU. They have a bill with you all, and this gentleman was wondering. He's a big gamer, and he wanted to know if he could trade in his platinum trophies to help pay his bill. Does he need to pay cash?
Pay cash.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure. I wouldn't know if he was able to do that or not. But I can get you over to a full service rep, and they should be able to answer your question.
I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much. What was your name again?
My name is Summer.
Summer, thank you so much for your help. Beautiful name. I'm sure you're a beautiful person. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. It's no problem. I will transfer you now. You have a good day, okay?
You too, Summer. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless.
Okay, so we're gonna find out if getting all these trophies matters, guys. That's what we're doing. Because for all I know,
Transferred to a short survey at the end of your call.
for all I know, I could be wrong, right?
Good morning. This is Alice. May I have your first and last name, please?
Yes, Alice Craig Harris.
And how may I assist you this morning, Craig?
Well, I had a question here. Somebody I know, they just moved here, and I was just calling to ask your all's utility company, which is one of the better ones we have. I told him, he's a big gamer. He plays a lot of video games, and he has a lot of platinum trophies. You know, when you finish a game at 100% complete, they will give you get a platinum trophy. So he is just wondering that can he use those platinum trophies to pay his bill, or will he have to pay with check, cash, or Visa?
He'll have to pay with check, cash, or Visa.
Okay, so Miss Alice, I'm just wanting to understand you, so I can go ahead and tell him that he can't use his platinum trophy, so his trophies won't matter when he has to pay the bill, right?
Right.
Okay, well, Alice, thank you very much. You sound like a beautiful person.
You're
You
welcome.
stay warm out there, and you
You as
stay
well.
stay blessed and stay safe because boy, it is bitter out there. Boy, 19 degrees.
It is.
Indeed. You have a blessed
Phew.
day, Alice. Thank you so much.
You too. You're welcome. Bye
Okay,
bye.
thank you. Bye bye. Okay, all right. Shut the fuck up about your trophies, bitch.
Please stay
Seriously.
on the line.
Okay, shut up. Shut up. So it don't matter. So, I mean, you heard the customer service rep laughing. Okay? You heard it. I heard it. Somebody please clip that and put that out there. Craig talks to utility company about using platinum trophies to pay a bill. Please do that for me. I can't do it. My throat hurts. Guys, I got to go. I appreciate you. Again, Sarah will be okay. I just don't like the way they treated her. I didn't like that article. We looked at the direction Sony's going in with the numbers, not with our feelings, not with our opinions, but we went ahead and did that anyway. And, we went ahead and did that anyway. And we saw the numbers. The numbers are in the description. You all can look at the numbers yourself. Please feel free to do your own research on it. If I am wrong, you simply email me. I will literally do a podcast and stand corrected and apologize firsthand. We also found out that your trophies don't matter because, we can't pay our bills with it. And the bills are real world and the trophies are, like I said, money talks. Bullshit runs a marathon. But all right then, guys, that's it. We are out of here. I have got to go get my prescription. Make sure you watch 60 Frames No Lag tonight. Porter Rock and the crew. I am probably not going to be able to make it. I'm sure the amoxicillin is going to knock me out. Wish me luck getting better, and I will look forward to seeing you all playing Marathon over the weekend. Make sure if you do play it, we're going to talk about it on Monday. We're going to talk about Resident Evil, and then you all can tell me. Shout out to Sean K. He's going to go ahead and get the platinum on that, and I will watch his stream, and then I will write down where I need to cheat at, and I will find out. All right, guys, take it easy. You all stay blessed. Deuces.